Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Lyndon Farrington and tonight I'm going to explain to you a very exciting business, Flexkom Europe. I've got about 25 slides to get through. I anticipate this is going to take us about 45 minutes to the hour. I almost never go over the hour on presentations because the brain can procure what the bum can endure no matter what subject you're talking about. I think that after an hour we start to lose it a little bit, so I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible. There's a ton of information to get through in about 25 slides. So before we get into this, I just want to say, have you noticed the way that people buy over the last few decades has completely changed? In the 1960s, I'm old enough to remember this. I used to go shopping with my mum and my grandmother. We used to go to the bakers for the bakery. We used to go to the butchers for the butchers. Everything was in a different shop. And I remember the advent of the supermarkets in the 1980s, a very novel way of pushing our trolleys around. And now we've got these mega malls, the shopping malls that came from the turn of the century. And now, of course, the internet is taking over absolutely everything to do with shopping. Retail shops really hurting, but this presentation is aimed at the backbone of the British economy, the retail shops, and we can make the internet and e-commerce a great friend of those shops. And KPMG, a very respectable business, has predicted that online and offline businesses will fuse by 2020. Now, if you try to explain what Flexkom is, it's very difficult to explain because it's actually a number of things. It's a brilliant franchise opportunity that merges several concepts, and to explain it all is a difficult thing. So we've created this slide to actually take you through line by line. The basic element of Flexkom is we've got a card with discount that doesn't give that points, it gives cash cash. And we've all shopped in supermarkets where you shop there for 20 years and get a free kettle by adding up all the points. Well, the discount and the loyalty with the Flexkom card comes with cash, real money. And customers can spend this in other outlets. So you can save money by shopping in the bakers, and then you can actually redeem that money in the restaurant that you eat in tonight. And what the business also does, it will merge offline businesses with online businesses, as we'll get to show you a little bit later on. There are a lot of businesses out there that simply don't need to have a website, do they? But what this does is merges together offline and online businesses. The shop owner has other shops recommending them because we have a cooperating group, and I'm going to show you that. Some people say, well, what's in it for the retailer? Why would a retailer get in? If you are a retailer listening to this presentation, all I'll say to you is, whatever you do, find the franchise fee and get involved, because when the penny drops on the Flexkom opportunity, you'll be extremely glad that you got in the early phases of Flexkom, in whatever country we're talking about. Because we're going to benefit from thousands of other national clients. We're talking to football clubs and health clubs. I'm personally talking next week to a Premier League football club. I won't tell you which one it is, but I'm very excited to be going in there. They've got 50,000 members. And you can say, well, if you sign up that club, what benefit is that to me? What benefit is that to me if I've just got a chemist shop or a restaurant or a golf club? You know, I deal with retail people. Well, what benefit is that to me if Lyndon, you go and get somebody halfway around the country with thousands of clients? I'll tell you what the benefit is to you. It's that I will bring in 40 to 50,000 clients, and those clients have got the Flexkom discount card, and they will be looking for somewhere to shop in your town. Now, if you're the baker, it's going to be you, the baker that has the Flexkom logo outside your shop, or the next baker down the road. Which one do you want to be? Obviously, these people, these 50,000 people, are going to be coming looking for your business, and that's the benefit of all these big clubs and the football clubs and the health clubs joining Flexkom. So internet shoppers are going to be looking for you even if you don't have a website, because what we've got is something called Flexkobi. We've got like our own private search engine, which is a closed matrix that you can have your own hairdressers or whatever your business is enclosed in this closed matrix, and people are going to be looking for you and your business even if you don't have a website. So e-commerce is going to come and find you. So the shop owner makes revenue from clients spending elsewhere, online or offline. You've got a business, you've got a shop, you've got customers, and they are going to spend money in your shop, yes or no. But when they go out of your shop, they're going to spend money in other shops, and you can't stop that, because they're going to buy bread, they're going to buy petrol, they're going to go for a meal, they're going to go and have the haircut, they're going to go and play a round of golf. All these things are going to happen anyway. And if you are the shop owner and you give out the Flexkom card to your clients, when they go and spend money in other businesses, whether it be other businesses in the high street or other businesses on the internet, you, the shop owner, make revenue from all those other expenditure, all that other spending going on. So also what we've got in Flexkom, it utilises technology of near-field communication and geo-targeting. Near-field communication is going to be a massive, massive business around the world. Basically what it does, we've got smartphones. Smartphones now are overtaking normal phones. Mobile phone technology is moving forward in leaps and bounds. I've got a smartphone, and inside that smartphone we've got something called near-field communication. And what it means is all the benefits of Flexkom can be built into smartphones, so that when we go shopping, we don't have to, if we've forgotten our card, the app that's inside our smartphone can get the discounts put onto our phone as well. And geo-targeting, very exciting, because most smartphones have got inbuilt sat navs. So Flexkom have got a system where if you're walking through the street in somewhere in Belgium, and you've put down in Flexkom your preferences, things you like, say you like a certain type of sweet cake, and the Flexkom system knows, because of your mobile phone, that you are walking through this particular street in this particular town in Belgium, and it sends you a message that 100 yards off to the right there is a baker who's giving away cakes with a 20% discount as long as you buy them before 5 o'clock tonight. The chances of you knowing about that baker selling those cakes 2 streets away from you are thousands and thousands to 1, but because of geo-targeting, the product can come and find you. Now, within Flexkom, one of the things that makes Flexkom work is the local focus, the franchise model. One of the things that I don't like is the word new business. Every month somebody comes to me and pitches me on a new business. They say, look at this new business, it's fantastic, look at this new business, it's great. Now I always take a step back when I hear the word new, because it means it's not tried and trusted. You can put all your effort and all your time into something that's not going to be working in 6 to 12 months time, and that's very, very annoying. But the franchise of Flexkom already works. It already works in Germany and Turkey, and that's why I became interested, and I was introduced by a man called Ian Driscoll, and he told me about it. He said, Lyndon, we're going to go to Turkey. There's about 20 of us going to go. Do you want to come? And I said, absolutely, let's go and check it out, because it already works. And what we noticed is they've got a local focus to make sure that in each area where Flexkom is represented, they concentrate and make sure they've got a good representation of all those local shops. And that's part of that franchise model, which ensures the success. And we've got another thing that utilises the power of referral marketing. What we're good at is we impart information to the masses, because we talk to other people all the time. And that's what this presentation is all about. All you've got to do is get people to listen to this presentation, and get other people to listen to this presentation, get shop owners to listen to this presentation, get retailers, wherever they are, whatever business they're in, to listen to this presentation. And then they will talk to other people, and you'll cover the ground in absolutely no time at all. You won't just cover the ground in your country, it'll be in every other country, whether you like it or not. And because what Flexkom have got is this very, very powerful model utilizing the power of referral marketing. And when the job's done, when the job's done in any country, Flexkom intend to close the franchise down. When they reach the maximum amount of franchisees they want to make a country work, they'll close it down. And then those people that didn't get in will be crying in their soup, because now what you've got is a completely passive income for those referral franchisees that built the business. Because think about it, the customers in this business are people that go into the baker's shop. They're already going to buy that bread with or without you. They're already going to go into that restaurant with or without you. They're going to go into that chemist shop with or without you. And then once all these businesses are interlinked in the Flexkom system, you have got a completely passive income that goes on for years and years and years. Another thing is, I like to get paid. I've been around a lot of businesses, seen a lot of businesses that look great until it comes down to payday, and you don't get paid, and this is paid here and this is paid there, and it starts to get very frustrating. In Flexkom, I've seen evidence of this, and that's why I wanted to go to Turkey and Germany to have a look at this. I've seen real evidence with my own eyes that when you go into a shop, a Flexkom shop, and you buy the goods, the instant that those goods are purchased, the person that referred that shop and that shop themselves, they're paid straight away, and we're paid daily, and the income is registered instantly. So what do all these things add up to? It adds up to a fantastic combination of a business. You haven't got to think, is this going to work? Because it already works. And that's one of the most exciting things about Flexkom. We've got a new opportunity in our country, a new opportunity in several countries around Europe, several countries around the world already. We've got that pioneer spirit to go out there and build something new from now, but it isn't new because it already works. It's already been tried and trusted. And that's what makes me so very, very excited about what we're talking about tonight. So here's some of the team. Ask a Saki Mas. Some of you can actually meet this man in person in the next few weeks. He's a real pocket dynamo. He's a CEO for Europe. In the centre there, the guy on the right in the suit is Michael Scheiber, the marketing CMO for Europe. And over on the right, you've got Bernd Seitz. He's a PR agent and media advisor for Europe. Met all those guys over in Turkey. So this is what we saw. It started in Turkey in February 2011, head office in Ankara. And if you look over here, it says starting in the EU, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Netherlands and Belgium. I want you to notice that the United Kingdom was not on that list, and several other countries like France and Spain and Portugal were not on that list. And we thought, hang on, are we invited to this party? And Asker said to us, sure, you get yourself 500 people registered and we'll come and open up in your country. And that to us was like a red rag to a bull. We just went out and got the people, and we're going to, when it hits about 14,000 active people, they're going to close the franchise. So ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to this presentation, we're in the United Kingdom, we're opening in the United Kingdom, and get in now and get your piece of stake in the ground to mark your territory off. And if you're in Portugal, if you're in France, if you're in Spain, exactly the same applies to you. Because in 10 months, if you look over here, in 10 months, 22,000 franchise partners, 16 months, 34 franchise partners, 1.5 million customer cards, thousands of retail shops. And over here in Turkey in the first year, they put in 6 president teams. I said, what is a president and how much does a president earn? And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. And because when I start something, I want to look at who earns the most money and how do they earn that money? And what sort of work have they got to do to earn that money? So, and I looked at this, and I was very, very pleasantly surprised, and I was very interested in this word here: 6 villas with a pool. So you get a villa with a pool for doing something, and you get shareholder, founder shareholders. So at certain levels, president level, they give you shares in the company. So these are things I want to point out now because I'm going to show them to you a little bit later on. So what we've got is a home-based ENDF system, which means we've got 4 concepts in one. We've got e-commerce, We've got the power of referral networks, where you can talk to your friends, and you can send your friend and this friend and this friend to these presentations, and before you know it, you've got an enormous network of people. And we've got the power of direct sales. Incidentally, if you are in direct sales listening to this, just sign up. If you've got a retail shop, people say, what's the benefit for retail shops? Just look at this presentation, study the information, and you'll realize if you're a retail shop and you get in, you can be a kebab house, and you can introduce the Indian restaurant across the street. You can introduce the Chinese restaurant. Typically, those businesses to you are competitors. Now they're going to be on the same side as you, and you're going to be hoping people go and spend money in the Indian restaurant, hoping people spend money in the Chinese restaurant, hoping people go and play a round of golf, hoping people go and have their hair cut, hoping people go to the baker, because you were one of the first retail shops in that town. And we've also got the franchise. The success model. Most businesses fail because they haven't got a proven method of success. Franchises tend to work. They've got a 90-95% success rate because they're following a proven success system, and that's what we've got in Flexkom. So today, customers look around for products. In the near future, products will find the customers. Years ago, sales of products here, most of it by recommendation and television advertising. And now in the last 10 years, 71% of millionaires were made through the internet. I've never seen so much money made so quickly than through online methods of making money. And we've got near-field communication coming. In the United States, the estimated turnover by near-field communication will be $600 billion by 2013. And here on the bottom, an author called Carl Pilz, he said the earnings in the future will be made from home. Home-based franchise turnover will be bigger than classical franchise turnover, and I can certainly see with Flexkom where he's coming from. Now, we put this slide together to explain to you, the people that want to know the mathematics of something, where the maths comes from, where the money is made in Flexkom. So when you go into a shop and you see something marketed at a 10% discount, the shopkeeper is really offering a 20% discount. You say this to all retailers, the secret to retail is in the detail. The secret to retail is in the detail. If you want to see somebody who's good at mental arithmetic, go and talk to a retailer, because they can work out what that product was bought for, what that product costs them, what the markup on that product is, what they can afford to sell it to. If somebody comes in asking for a discount, they know what they can afford to sell it at. And this is the world that retailers live in. So when a retailer, he can look at his products, and some of his products he will offer a differential discount on, which we can do in Flexkom. It hasn't got to be 20% or 10% or 5%. It can be a different amount on each product. But on this slide, we're going to talk about a 20% discount where 10% goes onto your card in cash, and the other 10% is underwater, which is why we put it like this blue bit here. So 10% is underwater, and that 10% is where you and I, which where we make our money, the 10% business of Flexkom. So that 10% is 100%, and that 40% of that is paid out to the company, and that goes to pay for the car program, charities that they support, and the company's own profit. 60% of that comes to us. Okay, so out of this 10%, there's 100%, 40% goes to the company, 60% goes into our marketing plan, of which 100% of that is all paid out. And 40% of that is to the global, that is the franchisee, that's you and me, that signed up that particular shop. So if you're wondering what's in it for you to go and sign a shop up, 20% of whatever happens through that shop in the Flexkom mathematics, 20% of that income comes to the global franchise partner that signed that shop up. And 20% goes back to the shop owner, him or herself. So there's 40% explained, and the rest of it, 51%, I'm going to show you something called a differential bonus, 30%. I'm going to show you in a minute a 15% leadership bonus, and I'm going to show you a 6% world pool. And so we are 9% missing, and here it is. And perhaps the most important percentage here is the 9% goes into the local area to make sure the local areas work. And 5% of that goes to the city coordinator, and 4% goes to the team coordinator. The first person that reaches a level called sales director in an area of 100,000 people is awarded the title of city coordinator. Well, they will earn 5% on whatever goes on from wherever it came from in that area, and it's their job to make sure that everything works nice and organized manner in that area. And then subsequent people that reach the sales director level will be awarded the title of team coordinator. So on the ground in any area of 100,000 people within a few minutes walk, Flexkom know they've got somebody who's got a vested financial interest in making that local area work. So let's just take a look at the terminal. This is Flexkom's own terminal, made and manufactured by Flexkom themselves. It doesn't come with any annual fees to the shop owner. It's their own innovation. And you've got the caller display. I'm sorry, this is in some of it's in German. I couldn't get this translated, but that's the barcode scanner. Over here, battery life, wireless LAN built in, video streaming, so the shop owner can video some of his products, upload it onto the Flexkom terminal, and the whole world of Flexkom knows about that product. Near field communication, which we talked about, magnetic swipe strip, radio frequency identification, fingerprint. So if you forgot your smartphone, you forgot your card, you won't forget your fingers, and it's got fingerprint recognition on separate portals on these terminals. Amazing technology, and of course the internet connection. So what Flexkom does is it's combining two economies into one mega purchase platform. You've got here the baker, you've got the petrol station, you've got here the chemist, you've got the hairdresser, you've got the retail shop. Over here we've got e-commerce, we've got the Flex shop, we've got Flex Deal, we've got Flex Holiday. You know, when I got off the plane in Turkey to check this business out, to do my due diligence on Flexkom, one thing that struck me was we got picked up by a big coach, and on the coach you got Flexkom all the way down the side, and I realised that this company was working with or without us already. And you've got FlexCall, which they're working on. All these things will be available to all these businesses as well. So you've got, instead of having hundreds and hundreds of discount cards, you've got one card through the one Flexkom terminal. You get your percentage in real cold hard cash. So a retail shop can become a Flexkom partner, franchise partner. So what will happen is, here's a retail shop. They buy 2,000 customer cards for about €2 each. It's all in euros because we're talking about lots and lots of different countries throughout Europe. So you've got 2,000 customer cards, and then these cards, these people from this retail shop, they go out to the bakers, they go out to the hairdressers, they go out to the chemists, they go out to the petrol station, they go out to the restaurant. The same customers can go and buy online at the Flex shop, through Flex Deal, through the Flex Holiday, through Flex Call. So this one retail shop puts out 2,000 cards to his or her own customers, and they go out of that shop and they're going to spend money in the bakers anyway. They're going to go to the hairdressers anyway. They're going to go to the chemists anyway. They're certainly going to go to the petrol station anyway, and the restaurants, and then they're going to go shopping online looking where they can save more money. So with this franchise license, the retail shop for €350 can buy that terminal. They get the point of sale terminal. Let's say they buy 1,000 cards. Anything over 1,000 cards, they can get them personalized to their own business. They get a back office. They get SMS messaging service. They get email service, photo messenger service, video streaming, they can earn up to 20% from their clients who buy in other shops. I'll say that again. So because these people put out cards to their own customers, this retail shop already has its own customers. And this retail shop gives the cards away or sells the cards at €2 each to these customers. And these customers are all going to go into these premises anyway. So this shop that gave away those cards can earn up to 20% from his clients who buy in colleagues' retail shops. And they can also earn 20% through the mega online portal used by their clients. And they can also increase the number of clients that come into their business through the Flexkom network, because people within the closed network are now looking for them, looking for where they can make further discounts. And the shops can sell their own products through the mega online portal. They can sell their own products anywhere in the world now just using Flexkom. So they didn't have a website before, but now they can use e-commerce through Flexkom. So if that shop gives away 2,000 Flexkom cards and all they earn is 50 cents a week, they'll be now on 4,000 a month just from doing something they're already doing. They've already got those customers, and those customers are going to buy in those shops anyway. So when I first saw this set of slides, I was a bit skeptical, to be honest, because I looked at the maths and I thought, well, yes, you can make the maths say and do anything. But you know what? I thought about this. This is you. And you don't go to shops. You just give away 3 cards or sell 3 cards to 3 people that you know. And they're going to spend money in all these shops. They're going to spend money online. They're looking for the flex deal. They're looking for holidays. They're looking for cheaper phone calls. They're looking for things in the high street that, they can get benefits and discounts on. So why wouldn't they want to use the Flexkom card? And when they realise they're getting cash and they're saving money in the bakers and they can knock it off their haircut, they're going to talk to other people. People say, well, how do I get one of those? They're only €2. Here, have one of these. And then they talk to 3 people. This person talks to 3 people, this person talks to 3 people, and this person talks to 3 people. And before you know where you are, you've got 88,000 customers all over the place. I have never seen things grow so fast as I've seen the evidence of this. But if you just make 10 cents from each of those people, you will be on €8,857 a month. And all you've done is you've given away, a couple of months ago, 3 cards to 3 people who go and talk to other people. Now this slide here, this is perhaps my favourite slide, okay, because there's somebody in the middle that I can relate to. Okay, because I was involved once upon a time in direct sales. I have walked into retail shops. I do know what the thought processes of retailers, and I know the highs and the lows and the pressures that they're underneath, especially in the economy as it stands today. There are thousands of retail shops so close to the wall that they're going to go under because of what the internet and internet shopping is doing to them. But what they don't realise is it's the very thing that's closing them down that can save them through Flexkom. So here, you go and talk to a restaurant, you go and talk to a hairdresser, you go and talk to a baker, you go and talk to a chemist, and they can talk to a petrol station, okay, or a health club. The hairdresser's got 800 cards out. The baker gets 1,500 cards out. The health club 2,000 cards. The petrol station 3,000 cards. The restaurant 1,000 cards. The chemist 1,500 cards. So you have introduced just 6 clients, but those clients already have 8,900 customers. Those 8,900 customers are already there. They already exist, and they're already going to be buying from those businesses anyway. And all that happens now is that because you are the person that introduces those businesses, and it cannot just be you, because it could be the baker that starts this off. So if I'm talking to the baker, you could be the baker, and you, the baker, can put yourself in that central position, and you, the baker, can talk to the restaurant, you can talk to the petrol station, you, the baker, can talk to the hairdresser. Do you see what I'm getting at? Okay. And with 100, if how much do you spend on your debit card? How much do you spend every month? Do you spend £100? Do you spend spend €100 every month on your debit card. Most people spend a lot more than that. But with just €100 turnover on the cards, you are the person that introduced these people. You get €1.20 as a gold partner. From 8,900 cards times €1.20, that's €10,600 a month residual passive income that you are going to receive. And what have you done? You've introduced 6 businesses, 6 people. I've never seen anything anywhere where you can introduce 6 people, 6 businesses and earn 10,000 a month. So when you've got that little bit figured out, let's say that's you there in your little circle there, and now you think, look, I've got a friend over there, I can teach him how to do that, I can teach him how to do this. So this is you, and you now go and talk to 6 people you know, okay? And you say, look, this is all I've done in my area. I've gone and spoken to these 6 businesses. Why don't you go and talk to those 6 people? There's 6 people in your local area. So that adds up to 36 people plus the original 7, so that's 42 people. So you've got 42 partners, one shop puts out 1,000 cards, 42,000 customer cards. You don't earn 120 on this because this is one level removed. So you earn 30 cents, but that's 12,600 a month from teaching something that you've already done and you're already earning €10,000 a month on. So now, just by giving out cards yourself, and the word of mouth spreading, you can earn 8,800 a month from that. From recruiting 6 shops, you can earn 10,000. From teaching 6 people to do what you do, you can earn 12,600. So you can earn 32,000 a month from Flexkom in a very, very short period of time. And I've seen the evidence that this is for real, and I've seen people who are already earning this kind of money. So, moving on, you've got VIP golds. This is why it's worthwhile. I'm going to show you some franchise models in a minute. I'm going to show you you know, how the people that come in as VIP gold are the only people that are allowed to do this. So it's worthwhile becoming a VIP gold, because you can go into hotels, fitness, football clubs, casinos, discos and cinemas. And if you go and talk to one football club, we've already got 20,000 fan cards. In the first year they put out another 5,000 cards. Second year 5,000, they put 5,000 a year out. So over a period of time, you put out 45,000 cards through one person, one club you talk to, and you earn 25 cents a month from each of those. You've earned 11,250 a month from introducing one hotel or one fitness and football club, one casino, one disco, one cinema. And these football clubs here are already signed up. So if you know a way into football clubs and sports facilities, you need to get involved in Flexkom right away. Now here is the revenue generation plan. You can pause this and you can look at this and talk to your introducer about this all day and all night. But this is the first thing I looked at. These are the levels that people come in. If you come in at the top franchise, you actually come in straight as a team member. And then you move on to marketing manager, sales director, national director and president's team. Okay, and what I'm looking at here is a level of progression that you promote yourself through. Okay, and when I look at something like this, I always look at the top level and say, that's the president's team. What have you got to do to become a president, and how difficult is it to become the president before I weigh up whether I'm interested or not? So a couple of things were interesting me over here. Easily distracted. I was looking at the villa and the pool and the car. But here, what I just want to show you is this here is called the difference bonus. Okay, it's in German, but it's close to English there. So you've got the difference bonus. So if you're a president and you introduce a team member, he's on 5% or she's on 5% and you're on 30%, you get the difference. So you get 25% on the team member that you introduce, the difference bonus. And then over here is the leadership bonus. So there's the 30% leadership difference bonus I talked to you about. If you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, it adds up to 15% leadership bonus. bonus. And this is the different levels of leadership bonus you get from different team members in your team. And then down here, it says 1 + 2 + 3, that in German says Weltpool, that means world pool in English. So you receive a president 3% of the entire worldwide turnover of Flexkom. Okay, as national director, you get 2%, 1% if you are a sales director. Now, importantly, to me at least, was how do you become a president? So you start out as a team member. You join Flexkom, you buy the franchise, and you become a team member. And then you think, right, okay, I'm going to introduce some friends, relatives, businesses, people that I know. I've got no idea how to explain this to people, so what am I going to do? I know, I'll send them to this video presentation. And you send them to the video presentation, and 3 of the people that you send to the video presentation join and become team members like you. So when you've introduced 3 people who've signed up, you've become a marketing manager. And then they start sending people to the same video presentations, and they start, that's literally all they're doing, is sending people to look at online presentations. And once they've actually recruited 3 people themselves, then they become a sales manager. So all you've done to become a marketing manager is introduce 3 people, and when your 3 people have introduced 3 people, you become a sales manager. And when those 3 people become sales managers themselves, then you become a sales director. So that is 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. So I'm thinking this is not too difficult at all. And then the next one along the line, it says national director, you need 5 sales directors. So the penny starts to drop with me. All I have to do, because the next level up is the same, president's team, 5 national directors. So if you get 5 national directors, you are a president. Okay, so let's boil this down to its base element. If you get 5 national directors, you are a president. And we'll talk about president in a minute. So all you've got to do is position yourself between Flexkom the company and 5 people that really want to go out and build this. And ask yourself a question. Are the 5 people out there drawing the curtains tonight, whether they're in retail or not, if they're just normal people who are ambitious and normal people who know retailers, or normal people who will go out and find the retailers, or normal people who already are retailers? Do you think out of 60 million people in the United Kingdom, out of how many people live in Spain, out of how many people live in France and Portugal and Germany and Holland and Belgium and Switzerland and all around the world where we are going to open up Flexkom, do you think there are 5 people in that particular country that want to become successful, that want to get out of all this talk about how difficult the world is at the moment and how tough the recession is? Of course you can find 5 people. So you position yourself between 5 people and Flexkom, and those people move it. Okay, those 5 people become sales directors, and those 5 sales directors become national directors, and you are a president. On this, if you're wondering what this is down there, these are the cars they give to you: a B-class Mercedes, C-class Mercedes, E-class Mercedes, and an S-class Mercedes for reaching those levels. And the one that I liked over here was the villa, okay, and the founder's share, because when you become a president, you get a villa. Do you share the villa with anybody else? Nope, it's your villa. They're building whole villages in Turkey. It is in Turkey, got no choice about that as far as I know. And you've got a villa built for you with the deeds. It's your property. Do you know, it's worth going president just for that. If all you ever got out of that was a villa bought and paid for, would you say you'd got a result? And what have you done? You've introduced 5 people. Positioned yourself between 5 people in the company. So this is what we went over to Turkey to have a look at. We looked at thousands and thousands of people. Okay, and I looked at these things over here. What were these? I thought these are checks. So I started getting curious about this. Starting to look a little bit closer. I started to look at some of these faces. Before we went to Turkey, actually, I saw these slides, and I looked at these figures. Okay, I looked at these figures, and I thought, what currency is that in? It's in Turkish lira. So if you want to get lira into euros, you divide it by 2. So I met one of these guys, okay, it says 299,000 lira, so what's that? It's 150,000 euros. Okay, is that what you earned this year? I said, is that what you earned in Flexkom this year? 150,000 euros for a year's work. That's pretty good. And the guy says, no, that's every month. And I nearly fell over. I thought, this is for real, this is wonderful, it's marvellous. For some people that have been around, one guy I met, he just bought 5 houses from his effort he'd put into Flexkom in his first 12 months. Staggering growth. And the car program's fantastic as well, the cars they give away. And this is the guy in the green. He's got changed into a red t-shirt now. And this guy here, we didn't know who he was, but in Turkey he's a very, very famous guy. And what he's famous for is he's got the golden boot. He is the only person ever in Turkey to win the golden boot in football, okay, a few years ago. But he is the sports ambassador for Flexkom. So, I don't like knocking other networks because I love network marketing. Okay, don't get me wrong. I think network marketing, this is not network marketing, but it uses a lot of the principles of it. But you have a look at in network marketing, you normally got to start for 149 to 2,500. Have you got a product investment in networking? Yes, usually in most networks you've got to spend 350 to 15,000. Okay, have you got to qualify every month in networking? Yes, you've got to make certain amounts of sales every month. Have you got to look for clients in networking, the classical network? Yes, you have. Have you got to look after your customers? Yes, you have. Have you got to do monthly product sales? Yes, you have. What happens when your customers have gone? You've got to go out and look for new customers. What about when your partners you introduce have gone? You've got to go, your income's gone. One partner on average in normal networks introduces 3.2 customers. So if you've got six partners, you've got 19.2 customers. If you make 5 euros for each customer, you're making 96 euros a month. And that product, that business is inflation, devaluation and crisis sensitive. The Flexkom ENDF system, start license and personal training for 1,490 euros. Product investment? No, nothing. Have you got to qualify every month? No. Have you got to look for clients? No. Why? Because they're already there. The shops that you've got have already got the customers. They're going to be selling to those customers with or without you. Customer service? No, that's what the retail shops do. Monthly product sales? No, no targets for you. Customers will stay because they're already there. If the partner goes, the cards that they've given out stay, and so your income stays. One partner, one shop you introduce is anything from 100 to 1 million plus customers, depending on what business you bring in. 6 retail shops, 6,000 cards, you can earn €1.20, you can earn 7,200 a month. And it's inflation, devaluation and crisis resistant. So with Flexkom, we've got multiple streams of income. I'm not going to talk to you about this tonight. There's a lot more training to come. We've got Flex Holiday, retail shops, networks, Flex shops, the Flex Market, the Flex Deal, all centered around the wonderful Flexkom card. So we're in a very, very unique point of time. We're in preparation phase now. Preparation for a company that already works. Here we are in January 2013. We're looking for a very short period of time for a grand opening in each of the countries we're talking to tonight. So the clock is ticking. It's up to you to get as many people involved in the Flexkom, wonderful Flexkom opportunity in as short a space of time as you could possibly manage. I'm going to go through a few of the kits. This is the very, very basic kit, the eBiz kit. They've got a business distributor who gets the BD position. They get the link option with the Flex card. They're not allowed to build a team if you come in just at this level. You get direct commission of 5% on your Flex shop and Flex card customers. Basically, all you do here is you can buy cards and give the cards away. Okay, you get a back office, you get customer turnover and commissions paid, daily commission payout. You can see Flex TV online, training from home, online webinars to build your business, online marketing material in PDF format, and that all comes for a yearly fee, an annual fee of €149. The next level is the junior team member. He can build in his home country, and that's the only place they're allowed to build it. And they get direct commission of 10% on their Flex Shop and Flex Card customers, so they can buy the cards and give the cards away and earn 10% on the purchases of that. They get for this 25 personalised with their ID Flex Card number, with 20 Flex monies on each card. I'll explain that. That a Flex money, one Flex money is roughly equivalent to €1. So when you get a normal card and they cost about €2, they've got €2 on them. Okay, and the cards that come with the kits have got 20 Flex monies on them. Now you don't get the cards until something called phase 2. Phase 2 is where each area that you're in reaches the certain level of retail shops they need to make that business work in that local area. So they're not going to give out the cards and they get dust on them and they start to get lost in people's houses. They will give the cards out in phase 2 in each area, so they get maximum excitement, maximum momentum. So that's what phase 2 is. And they've got this bonus of 20 Flex monies on them, and you get a one-time payment for this junior team member of €399. So you've got a market value of €500 because 25 cards with 20 Flex monies on them is 500 for €399. It's not an annual payment, it's a one-off payment that comes with 25 cards. So the business team member, the next level up, is that they become a team member position. Still, they're limited to building in their home country. They get direct commission on 15% on their Flex Shop and Flex Card customers. They get 50 personalised with their ID Flex cards, with again 20 Flex monies on each card, delivered again in phase 2 for a one-off payment of €799, with a market value of €1,000, because 50 cards times 20 is 1,000. So they're always going to get the money back no matter what level they come into the business at. Now this is, I came in as a global VIP, spent a little bit more so I could get myself off to Turkey to get educated and check this thing out straight away. But you don't have to do that now, because we've really made our mark, and this country, and whatever country that you're listening to this presentation on, is already ready to go. So we've got the global team member 20%. You become a team member straight away. Importantly here, you can look at this, team member building worldwide. I think that's incredibly important, because you can't stop this from spilling over into other countries. You can try and keep this in a cave and build it to yourself in your own little village, but you know what? Somebody knows somebody in the next country, and this is where you need to upgrade to become a global team member. So you may as well do it from day one, in my opinion. When you start up as a global, you get 100 personalised with your ID on it, and 20 Flex monies on each card, again delivered in phase 2. You get the Lassie system, the local administration support system, and what that basically means is when somebody phones Flexkom and wants to become a customer, wants to get a card, or they're a retail shop and they want more information, then they would literally allocate that lead to you, because you're in the closest postcode to that shop or business or new franchisee. You get the Flexkobi license to build, so you can build this business with big shops and football clubs and cinemas and casinos. And you get the Flexkobi training ticket. Every one of the globals will be fully trained for a one-time payment of €1,490. Market value of €2,000. Everybody can't possibly... You've got to get your money back, because if you get 100 cards with 20 Flex monies on, you've got €2,000 of market value there. So 100 of those cards will be delivered in phase 2. And this perhaps is one of the most important slides, because I saw this This is from the marketing department of Flexkom, where I saw a local area, a local map, and this is how they start to, for every region with 100,000 people, there will be a sales director. And this is what that 5% local bonus we talked about. And they will be looking to divide each and every city, every place that we live, where they get small villages merging into into Flexkobi areas to make that local area work. So Flexkom have got a very, very real determination, and they've proven it in Turkey, proven it in Germany to make this work, and now they're rolling it out to the rest of Europe. So extremely excited about this. Thank you for your time and attention, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me tonight. All you've got to do is get back to the person who sent you to this presentation and ask them, what have I got to do to get signed up into this wonderful business of Flexkom? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll speak to you later.